Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Nice rally out of the open there. We had our return to value set up, kind of setting up pre-market. We zoom into this a little bit. NQ broke back into value, back tested the lower band, and we ripped right through VWAP. Got a little bit of a bounce off it. For anybody who caught that, that was kind of nice. And then we ripped higher to upper band, rejected. It came pretty close within 10 points. And let's see if it pushes through. So good setup on NQ for anybody who grabbed either that or the scalp VWAP bounce short or upper band. You had a front run it a little bit. So trades right out of the book, guys. Beautiful setups. Let's look at gold. Initial balance setup. All right, we started trading within value, IB low and upper band. So return to value, back test short. We actually got it to VWAP bounce. That bounced for 50 ticks and then broke to lower band. So really nice clean action for the last 90 minutes or so in both the equities and gold. So if you're waiting to trade, that's great. But if you were started early, you probably got some really nice setups. Nice. So a bunch of you grabbed those nice trades, it looks like, in the room. Corey got the scalp at VWAP and upper band. Nice. I'm assuming to the short side. And then we got VWAP Wave. Front ran the open with a long off of the lower VWAP. And that's our return to setup trade. So good job, guys. Oh, thank you, JP. I like black. I'm a big fan of wearing black, white, black and white and gray. Not like a big bright colors person, so appreciate it. VWAP trap, yep, I could see that. It's also the open, you know, first 20 minutes of the open could be quite volatile, especially in NQ. Glad that you closed it quick. So thank you to everybody who's joining us this morning on YouTube. We trade live every single morning. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We trade the VWAP Wave system. Book is available on Amazon. We have over 3,000 people in the free Discord now, which is incredible. And we have coming up on 200 in the premium. So the last 90 days has been incredible, guys. We're getting great results with students. People are really starting to click with the system. They're excited they found it. Sometimes it comes quickly, sometimes it comes slowly, but those that are kind of taking the time to learn and practice seem to be finding some good VWAP Wave. Got it. VWAP Wave. Got it. Okay. So we're going to see what we get. I took that return to value trade. Good morning, Zachary from Kenya. Good to have you. Jovan, good morning. Zane, good morning. Happy, good morning. Usual crew in effect so far on YouTube. Good to have you guys. So I took that return to value trade in my top one funded account. Hit my profit target, 700 bucks. One trade, one and done. It was a beauty. So this account's up over $11,000 in drawdown, and I've taken $7,000 out of it so far. So there's almost $20,000 of profits in this. I started trading it late May. I'll show you guys those trade executions I took this morning. I've been getting more requests about that from people that kind of want to see my trades. You know, I don't always show them on the screen because, for one, I don't want people copying them because it's too fast generally and you're going to be late and it's going to screw you up. So I'd rather have people take their own trades. I have no problem sharing things, but I don't, this isn't a copy trading service, nor do I want anybody to think it is. But happy to share stats. And I'll share my executions and positions on the stream. It's just I'm a little cautious about it. I've been told by members that it screws them up and that they try and join my trades, not even always on purpose. So I'm very cautious about that. All right, so this is today. These are my 2 trades, 2 minis for anybody that cares about this stuff. I've actually had members screenshot this and replot them on their charts to see what I'm doing, which I'm fine with. But it might not always make sense to you because, and I'm going to go over this on group coaching. We're going to talk about scalping on Thursday. Morning, Trader Rick. On how I scalp and how I'll scalp the levels, but I'll also scalp the direction away or towards levels, like magnets. Morning, Hayun. Good morning. Good to have you. Glad first time joining our live here. Just going over some of the trades we had this morning, my results in my top 1 account, hit profit target on this, and we're grinding higher, guys. So we're going to see what we get. I am having a bit of a problem with my top step accounts. For those of you who were on my stream yesterday, I hit profit. I passed all of those. 5 150K combines. 4 of them yesterday, I got the email that they were passed, so I could turn them into XFAs. And then there's this laggard here. There's this one account that frickin', for whatever reason, isn't showing as passed. So I can't turn it into an XFA yet, even though the balance is well over the target profit. So this was at like 159, $9,075. So I was like, oh, maybe, if I just take another winning trade or 2, it will push this whatever in their system. So I made another $300 in this morning and nothing happened. As you can see, 330, just to really push it well over. Eric, I've taken over $7,000 in payouts from top 1 this month, live on stream. Traded them, take the payouts. So yeah, it's reliable for sure. And everybody I know who trades them has gotten their payouts as well. Apex, I would say, is unreliable. You're not guaranteed to get your payouts from Apex with their gazillion stupid rules. So I like clear rules as long as I made them, and simple rules. And I've gotten big Apex payouts too. $20,000 payouts from Apex. I don't trade them anymore. I refuse, ever since they changed all their rules. So I got to wait for this one somehow. I've reached out to their customer service, what's going on with this account. And I can't trade. I have to trade all of them together. That's the plan. So I got to wait. So I'm going to trade my cash account. Top 1 is done. Top step is on hold until I get that lagging combine turned into an XFA. Yeah, Corey, I like that trade idea. I would be super careful. What I also like about it up here is this is kind of the beginning of a low volume node on yesterday's volume profile. And it's also Friday's point of control. So we have the point of control here, up to IB, up to today's. So this is a nice zone here, guys, for a little scalp short. Be careful. I would maybe scale in with smaller size, because it could run. It could run higher. It could go another 20 points from here, probably. So be careful. Maybe we wait for some selling pressure. I have not taken a trade on it yet. I'm going to wait.
So keep in mind in 5 minutes time at 10:50.
Top 1, I bought the straight to funded, Eric.
Speaking.
So I'm trading the straight to funded 150K account. So no eval. And then it's a 10-day trading period unless you purchase this add-on to payout only, which I did not. I just have the regular straight to funded. I trade for 10 days, which I did. Got a $3,500 payout, did another 10 days, got a second $3,500 payout. Now I'm on my working on my third payout in that account. So Corey, I'd be careful, right? We're kind of grinding higher. I don't know if you took it already, but I'm not seeing much confirmation yet on this. Tick strike's lighting up like a Christmas tree. Lots of buyers. They're trying to push it through. So, oh, nice JP. Good. It's a tough long too, right? Because we're coming into resistance here. Low volume area for the last 3 sessions. So if they have intention to move this higher, it could go quickly, could work out really nicely in your favor, JP. I don't expect it to be that clean and easy here, but it very well could. We'll see. It's an interesting level. If you look over on the volume profile, we have this low volume node kind of like right there, and it's the top of this distribution. So nice, JP. It's not really giving up much space. It looks like the bid is being propped to me. Looks like they're refreshing the bid, which gives me the inclination that this thing's going higher. All selling is being absorbed on the bid. That's why it's not going down at all. We got to see some give on the bid here before I go short. So refreshing the bid means that the algorithms or market makers or the large hedge funds are basically, as the thing goes higher, they're just putting new orders on the bid, right? So any sellers that sell into the bid, all right, if they take that liquidity, they just put more orders on the bid. So it doesn't go down, right? It just kind of holds this price level and slowly keeps moving up. You know, maybe it gives a little bit, but they're absorbing all the selling on the bid, and whatever gets sold into, they just put more orders there. Now it's starting to give a little bit. I am not waiting. This is not enough acceptance for me on a pullback to upper band. You know, I would like to see more of something like this rather than a peak above. I feel like this could still be rejected. And you can get caught long. So I'm not a fan of much right here, to be honest. So Guji, can I confirm we set our VWAP and volume profile to the global open? Yep. So I have, so both. If you see this chart on the hourly, I have a global Globex open, and this VWAP is set to the Globex open. However, I'll usually also drop a volume profile on the cash open as well. I'm not a fan of price action like this, guys, so I'm going to wait. I'd like to see a little bit more of some rotations in range, right? Because, you know, this thing is selling off by like 3 or 4 points and then going up higher. That's hard for me to scalp that type of stuff unless I'm going long, and I don't want to go long up here. I don't want to get bagged. So I'm going to be patient. To let you guys know, it's storming really bad here. Lightning and thunder. So if I lose power, if I disappear, you know why. It's so annoying that this thing isn't being turned into an XFA. Really annoyed by that. Losing a trading day on Top Step because of that. Their customer service is being super slow. I messaged them 15 hours ago. Still nothing. All right. Any payout issues with Top One or Top Step? Never. Never had even a little bit of a payout issue. Good night from Jaman from India. Mr. Trader Mick, good morning. William, good morning. I do not use the 15-minute orb strat. Morning persistent. Sane. If you have a VWAP bounce set up on the Russell, do you ever not take it if the S and Q Russell tends to trade a little more, and I have to see the charts. Zane, if there seems like they're trading in correlation, then if ES is convincing me to do otherwise, then yes. But if Russell or Dow is doing something completely different, I would probably take the setup, regardless of what ES or NQ is doing. Sometimes they trade completely on their own. Sometimes they trade in correlation. Looks like they're trading in correlation today. At least the Russell is. The Dow is not. The Dow is going down. So look for potential sell around upper 50%. Okay, upper 50% on the on yesterday's. Money printer, could that be considered an iceberg order? Yes, it could be considered an iceberg order. It might not officially be an iceberg order because the iceberg orders tend to be one big order that are kind of linked together. They have ways of hiding that too. They can hide their iceberg orders, so to speak. But yes, it would be an iceberg order. New here, love your stuff. You got me hooked on the initial balance. Awesome. You're gonna find out a lot more information here, Money Printer. A lot of good stuff. Strike shot, what kept you from shorting this? Yes, it is. Tick strike and the cumulative delta really showed no weakness. It looks like any selling is being absorbed on the bid, and lots of aggressors on the ask. So that's not something I want to short quite yet. I'm watching though. I'm waiting. But Madi, yes. The answer is yes. Tick strike helped me in avoiding that short so far. Good to see you. Good morning. Morning, Dean. So we're just being patient right now. If you guys saw, the new indicator is available on TradingView, the new initial balance. Sorry that disappeared yesterday. I had to make some changes to it and update it. So it's back live under a similar name. Initial balance wave map is the new name. So it's more correlated and connected to the VWAP Wave system. Morning, Dinesh. Good to have you back, man. Hope all is well. So this is not my favorite price action, guys. We're being patient. All right, we're going to wait. I'm going to be right back.
In 10 minutes time now, at the bottom of the hour, we're expecting the release of the weekly EIA inventories numbers. Crude oil inventories forecast a draw of 2.7 million on the prior draw of 5.836 million. Keep in mind, Trump just posting on Truth Social, we're just talking about the one big beautiful bill again, just touting the economic potential of it. Again, at the bottom of the hour, get these EIA inventories numbers. Gasoline inventories forecast a build of 0.8 million on the prior draw of 2.075 million.
No real weakness yet.
Draw of 1.2 million, the prior draw of 4.066 million, and Cushing inventories prior was a draw of 0.464 million.
I mean, if anything, you guys can look for longs up here, but like, this is very tough to manage your risk here. If it does sell off, you're going to be caught holding the bag. So it's not ready for a short, and it's not a great place for a long. Let's go take a look at gold. Gold's also in a relatively tight range. It could be a long here. This could be a fade value or extreme. We kind of missed the setup. So that's too bad. Yeah, I like the long in gold. At least for another 10 ticks or so. It's creating a distribution here, guys. The problem it's going to have is this low volume node right here. And VWAP. So the range isn't all that exciting, but you could scalp it. Libby, I told you not yet. Yeah, cut it. You can get back in. Always cut it, guys. Always cut. If it thinks it's not working out, just pull the plug. There will be more trades. This thing could do this for, hours, right? We've seen it. It can grind up for freaking another hour, and you'll be like, I wish I would have cut it at 250. 250 is much more manageable than 1,000, for example. I have a free trial link for you for Tick Strike. It definitely helps. And I have a couple of videos on it too. Let me grab the YouTube video. So, I kind of recognize this price action, right? We've seen it. It just does this grindy thing, doesn't let shorts out, squeezes everybody, and does it very slowly, so it's also very hard to long. So, I just kind of avoid this stuff until we get something interesting. If you want to trade this, you can trade any little sell-off because it tends to keep grinding up. You can scalp it to the long side, if anything. And you guys, the more you trade, the more you'll get better at recognizing price action behaviors. Oh, look at that. Whew. That's why you don't want to be short that stuff. Jethro, you know, I don't.
Trump says, I just made a trade deal with Vietnam. Details to follow. So yeah, Trump on Truth Social. Just made a trade deal with Vietnam. Details to follow.
I do that all the time, Corey. It is what it is. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. But it's that management of the trade that tends to keep you yeah, and it can hug that 2 standard, as you guys know. We have an upsloping VWAP. It can just keep doing this and hug that upper 2 standard for the next half hour.
There was a slight move to the upside of the S&P 500 and some weakness in the dollar as well, off the back of that Trump headlines.
I mean, that was good, Henry. That was a good trade, right? If you cut it a little short, there was a reason to get out here, right? Maybe not close the whole thing, but close a partial and see if it keeps going instead of the whole position. That's what I suggest. Right, like exactly what Tony says, right? Take off some and see if you can catch a runner. But it looks like it's rejecting that area. We get up to 800, that could be an interesting spot for a little short, right? Something nice and far. Oh, got up to 800. Holy shit. Pretty close to it. We get another push up.
This EIA inventories numbers. I'll leave with the crude oil inventories.
We got inventories coming out too. Took a little scalp there. Nothing too exciting. Put my stop at break even. Maybe we get a little push down. Nope. Stop
A
me
build of 3.845 million, a build of 3.845 million, higher than the expected draw, 3.107 million. Gasoline inventories, a build of 4.188 million, a build of 4.188 million, which is higher than the expected build of 0.8 million. Distillates, a draw of 1.71 million.
We have an initial balance.
1 million, deeper than the expected draw of 1.2 million. And crude Cushing inventories, a draw of 1.493 million, a draw of 1.493 million. To see some weakness in WTI crude prices following the larger than expected storage build in crude inventories.
There we get a little bit of a rejection from IB. I think we can go back to 24. Still like this level.
Yeah, I've posted the weekly EIA inventories numbers and full reports on the feed for those interested.
Maybe we trade above IB a little bit and then they give a little rejection. Back down to 75 maybe? Or 80? Cumulative delta is just ripping. Ripping. Everybody's buying. Now these are just little scalps here, guys. Nothing, not looking for any huge moves.
So according to a Dallas Fair survey, oil and gas production decreased
150 bucks, right? Nothing exciting here. There's not much to do here. Not much to do here. Did reject it. Gold rejected at my level here. Kind of pierced through it. Now rejecting. So Henry, don't feel too bad about closing that gold short. Just kind of doing what we thought it would do. Just got, you could have gotten a couple more ticks out of it. Not a big deal. Oh, that's awesome that he did that. That was very nice of him. It helps to help, you know? And I feel like, you know, good deeds don't go unnoticed, you know? I'm sure he appreciates, just like I appreciate you talking about what we're doing here to others. One hand washes the other. Yep. We say that here too. Very similar saying. One hand washes the other. Zane got the IB. Got it short. Good morning, Tien. Tamara, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, nice fade and oil. Yeah, good trades there, huh? I always, I'm not a fan of trading oil anymore. There it goes. Higher it goes. That's why I only took a little scalp. Still kind of watching for the rejection of IB here. Very low volatility price action though. This is really hard to trade. So I just have a little bit of a scalp going. Gotta stop above the high. See if we can get a little retracement. Starting to build a bit of a distribution here. Took me right out. I'm seeing absorption here, guys, on the still an interesting level. See if we get a little more confirmation. The buyers here are not having a ton of luck pushing it high. Well, there he goes. They're not giving up, are they? Gold has been spending the last 15 minutes at VWAP. Nothing too exciting there. We can do this all day. Yay, okay, cool. My top step evaluation is passed. All right, now I can turn these all into XFAs here. Took long enough. Jesus. All right, so I'm going to kind of be doing this in the background, guys, while we wait for this to do something besides just grind up. Maybe a little bit of a pullback. We can look to get long. Maybe some volatility will step in. But these are not my favorite conditions. As you guys should know by now, if you're not new to this stream, you know I'm not a fan of this price action. So don't mind me. While we watch this, I'm going to be setting up these XFAs.
More information from the EIA. US net imports of crude oil rise to the highest since June 2024. And US crude oil in the SPR touches its high since October of 2022.
So So I know this is a trading stream, guys, but if the conditions aren't good for trading, we should be waiting. I feel like that's where a lot of people fall short in trading. They want to trade. I want to trade. Right? Who's like that? Who has that problem? Me. Me too, Tony. Guilty. Exactly. I want to take a trade. I want to be in it, right? I want to be in this. It's just, it pays to wait, guys. It really does. I want to get caught, Libby says. I love spending an hour offsides hoping my trade comes back. It's like my favorite way of spending the morning. I hate that shit, man. It's the worst. Absolutely the worst. Donations to the institutions. They know what they're doing too, guys. This is,
Excuse me, US exports of crude last week fell to its
let's see, VIX is now back at 16. And this is the nice part about Tick Strike is that like I can kind of I can do stuff, right? I don't have to stare at the chart. I can hear what's going on. I can hear there's nothing going on. So I'm working on these XFAs. Tick Strike will let me know if something interesting happens. I'll be able to hear it. I'm a big fan. Massive divergence on cumulative delta for what? Gold? NQ seems to be confirming this move. Yep. See, I heard some selling come in there. Does this just get bought up again is the question. I hear the sellers. I hear them. Whoa. Slap this with some minis. Ooh. Just like that, guys.
So looking into
That's what we were waiting for.
the details of the Vietnam situation. Says the terms are that Vietnam will pay the US.
Now, do we buy it here?
On any and all goods sent into our
I like it.
and a 40% tariff on any transshipping. In return, Vietnam will do something that they have never done before. Give the United States of America total access to their markets of trade. Well, for this, just seeing a little bit of a weakness in the S&P 500, led lower by shares of Nike.
That's what we wait for, guys. We wait for that. I need some volatility. Blowing worked. Okay. Nice, Dan. So I don't control the delay on YouTube. It just is delayed. I can't tell you, you can look at the time down here on TradingView and then just kind of match what the delay is. In the Discord for premium, I've been told it's like a second, maybe two. It's very low latency. And then you can kind of compare where your time is at on the YouTube delay. It's not delayed on purpose. It's the nature of YouTube and how I stream to it, I guess. I don't know. But I stream on Discord and that's low latency. Second or two. Okay, here they are, guys. Thing of beauty. 5 express funded accounts, 150Ks. Brand spanking new. Buy the dip. I could have told you to buy that dip. I have 5 Top Step accounts. 5 XFAs. $150Ks. Yep. JP it is. If you're short once and then long the other, but like if I've been shown anything in this type of price action, those are just flush stop runs and they buy it right back up in these grindy conditions. Now the 150Ks didn't work out very well for me. The drawdown was too tight. I blew those. So I went on to fund 150Ks, took out a $12,000 payout. Drawdown was tight. If you were on the coaching, I talked about how I lost those trading the Globex Open. And then I opened another 5 combines a week ago, and I just passed those. So I have another 5 fresh XFAs. So I blow accounts just like everybody else. It is. The one I've held on to since May is the top 1 account. Top 1. Now we have a bit of a divergence, it looks like. Yes, looks, I wouldn't say it's VWAP upper band, bounce upper band. It's weaker than NQ. I don't know, they're pretty correlated, it seems to me. Maybe a little, it's hard to say. It's just on first look. Okay, now the divergence is gone. New highs in NQ and new highs on the delta. So what's next up? 36. Point of control. 850. 850 has been a good level. That's right around here. That's kind of a low volume node on from Monday. Look at this chart. Just grind. $12. All right, breaking the ice a little bit. $121 in the XFAs. Just breaking the ice. Breaking the ice. Get my feet wet a little bit, you know? Breaking the ice. Taking a couple little trades. It seems that the update, I cannot find your great IB anymore on TradingView. Tamara, it is now called the Initial Balance Wave Map. This is the new name. Initial Balance Wave Map by Trader Drysdale. That's the new indicator name. All right, what are we doing here, guys? We're looking for the fade yet? I don't know. I'm not crazy about it. I'm not crazy about it. I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for some better price action. Cool, Libby. Fine with me, man. It's a free indicator. The whole reason I had to take it down is because it was built on another guy's, and he was like, "That's my indicator." I was like, "It's a free open source indicator, dude. Calm down." So I had to rework it and change all this stuff, and I gave him credit in it. So hopefully he's happy now over his free indicator. Yeah, we do have some selling. Do we want to get involved? Is the question. I like being involved. My fear is we get no follow through and they just soak in the shorts. Could see a little weakness here, I think. I think we've been patient. I don't know. I don't know if I like this. $788 maybe. There we go. You can get some more downside. I'm at break even. Take it. $300. All right. So why did I take it? You know, we have this VWAP, anchored VWAP from that sell-off, right? So if I were looking to go long, that's where I'd look to go long, quite honestly, in this market. So we'll see. Diddy was found guilty. It's official. All the charges, including the racketeering. Oh. Not all, right? I saw the four. I mean, we're assuming 4 are guilty. 4 of the charges are guilty, and I know they're deliberating the 5th count of racketeering. So is he found not guilty of racketeering, or are they still deliberating that? I guess that's my question. Not guilty. That was a tough charge to bring. Looks like that was a good place to cover so far. But this is kind of our point of control, right? So we can expect choppiness here. Good place to scout when we have a new point of control. 800 is a key level. So is 850. 850 was a big level from Tuesday, from yesterday. That was the short level. Couldn't get above it. And on Monday, held below it quite a bit too. So I like a nice short. If we get another squeeze up, I'll probably hit 850 pretty nicely. This one is the volume climax. It's not a free indicator, Vegas, but you can get a trial. It's by Zierman. Let me give you the link. You can check it out, see if you like it. All right, still very low volatility. I'll give it back. I covered that short at the perfect spot. All right, let's go 850. Josh, I know, right? Josh said, amazing that anyone would get upset about something as simple as a high-low indicator. Good grief. Huh. It's weird, guys. Has anybody else had trouble finding the new indicator? It's right here. IB range map. I don't think I can retitle it, actually. You're not allowed to retitle it. That's it. It comes up when I search it, though, which is weird. Here's the link. Let's undo the link. But how come it shows up when I search it, Zane? Is it because, oh, I don't know. Here it is right here. Oh, that's my personal. Huh. Yeah, I wonder why that is. Yeah, I don't see, I see that too, Zane. Well, I guess, I'm just gonna have to provide the link to people. Well, it shows probably because you favorited it or added it. I'm expecting higher on this, guys. Cumulative delta is still very strong. ES, though, interestingly enough, is not making higher highs. I'd like to see a little squeeze out of here. Would be nice. I'd like to grab contracts up here in the 40s. Okay. Refresh. That could be it. Refresh. That makes sense. I don't know. It just published literally today, so, let's give it a day or two. It might not show up in search right away. I don't know. I don't know how that works. I'm not like a indicator pro. Okay, come on. Here we go. 40s.
Vietnam State Media says Vietnam Leader to land holds phone talks with Trump and tariffs.
All right, we're at my level, so I'm starting a little position here. Hopefully it doesn't blast through it. This is where they can clear the order book. Ah.
Also, Vietnam State Media just confirmed what Trump said. Vietnam opens market for American cars. And seeing what other confirmation they do make as well.
Patience. Patience. Doesn't always reverse immediately from the level. Sometimes it'll hang out there for 15 minutes. And then it'll reverse.
Also, Vietnam State Media says the US to significantly cut tariffs for several Vietnamese products. Again, Vietnamese State Media says US to significantly cut tariffs for several Vietnamese products.
Hate this low volatility. Yes. Go.
Also, the Vietnam leader Thilam, in phone call with Trump, asks the US to recognize Vietnam as a market economy. Again, being cited by Vietnam State Media.
Okay. Anybody take that level? And I had it marked off for quite some time. Never really went above it. Nice. What do we go to? 47? I said 850. I front run. I almost always front run. I don't always expect it to get to my level. These are scalps, guys. I'm not looking for a big reversal here. Don't get greedy.
Vietnam leader Thilam.
We close them. These are contrarian trades, right? In a very strong uptrending market. So we're just looking for the reaction, the quick sell-off. That's 850. It is. It's a low volume node from Monday. Monday's trading session. That's where I had this arrow pointed to. And it was also this, it was high, the high of yesterday's regular trading hours. And it was just a big resistance line right here. Super strong level. I did. It's right here on the Globex right here. The low volume node was also yesterday's regular trading hours high. It was also a, you know, support. I mean, it's just a big level, 850. We were watching this all. I was watching 850 yesterday pre-market. Just couldn't hold above it. That was kind of like the short level. And we took a short off of it yesterday, which wound up being like one of the best spots to short all of yesterday. So it's in my mind, right? It's kind of like I remember it. All right, Control R. My gold trade worked out. Look at, went right to upper band. Look at that. Beautiful. Anybody catch upper band off gold? Fade value or extreme? Short? Nice trade. All right, where's the next long spot? A bit of a long there. Ah, reversed on me. Should have taken profits instead of dragging my screen over. So kind of just looking for longs, guys. Looking for longs. This is a uptrending market until it shows otherwise. Ah. Ah, come on now. Beautiful. 622 times 5. Might not get the chance. I mean, look at this chart. Like, you gotta buy, like, it's been buying shallow dips this whole freaking way. super shallow dips. I know it's hard to do, but it's been kind of the play so far since we opened. Yeah, right? And then it goes return to value. Yep. Libby's in. All right. Sell it. 801. So what? IB high, point of control. Could be the beginning of a much deeper pullback at that point. I don't know. It's hard to say, isn't it? I find this price action some of the hardest to trade. It's just grind up. Normally, any flushes are good buying opportunities. But eventually we're going to get a deeper pullback. NQ went to upper band on the month, the week. We're above the month. We went to upper band on the week. It's tough. It's just such a narrow range. Each candle is like, what, 10 points? This is the 5-minute. Cumulative deltas, looks like it's seeing a little bit of a sell-off here. I don't know if I want to short this, though. Yeah, I'm going to wait. I've had a good morning so far. I hit profit target, my take profit trader. Literally just opened these XFAs. Look at that 60% win rate and up $600. It's a terrible win rate for me. I took 10 trades, 6 of them. No, I don't have a take profit trader account. No, I have top step and I have top one. That's it. Did I say take profit trader? Did I say that? I don't even know what I said. Kulikagao, it's the theme all morning has been buy the dip, right? So every little shallow sell off has been met with buying, and also the cumulative delta is like straight up. So long scalps have been pretty easy to take. I don't know, I could have said it. I don't remember saying it, but anything is possible. Yeah, so really just, every selling candle has been met with buying. That's kind of like it's just the price action right now. So it's kind of the lower risk trade in the environment we're currently in, right? We trade context, right? If you've been through the book yet, I talk so much about being able to adapt whatever the current market is giving us. The current market is a grind up, buy the dips. That's what we're in, right? That's what we should be trading. At least for the last, if you've been around trading the last couple months, when we see stuff like this, you're not looking for the big reversal. Do they come once in a while? Sure. but the likelihood that you'll get squeezed out of your position is much higher than catching the reversal. So I will fade. I will take the contrarian trades, but only at solid higher time frame levels like we did up here. And I'm scalping it, guys. I'm just taking a small profit, 5 points, 10 points, because I'm fighting the trend. So, and that's out of the advanced playbook. It's not one of the 4 core setups unless we're at, no, yeah, it's not one of the 4 core setups, period. Yep. And I know we all want to trade. We all want to hit our profit targets, right? But like, the likelihood is that you're going to screw yourself more than you're going to find long-term longevity trading like that. So when the market does this, we all have to just calm down. Everybody needs to calm down. Okay. Chuck, don't be angry. No reason to be angry. There's always another trade. There will be more trades. ES is coming up to highs here. So watching for buyers to potentially come in again for maybe a long trade. We'll see. We can try at 800 for a long. We're just kind of at this point of control up here. I'm watching the cumulative delta for some real buying to step in. Hasn't happened yet. All right, so that's this. Let's watch the delta. Ah. Still nothing impressive, right? Let's change this to a 1 minute. So far, this is a slow fade. Looks like that selling's being absorbed though, doesn't it? They're fighting. They're duking it out right here. Longs and shorts. Okay, we're getting close to our area here. A lot of sellers there. That could have been the flush that we're looking for.
Three major US indexes trading higher. Dow up 0.1%.
Hey, here's the spot. Yeah. See if this level holds. Still a lot of selling. Just don't know how rewarded shorts are going to be here. We'll see. So far, a little bounce. Very little. Okay. Brilliant. Brilliant. That was the spot. See if we can get some continuation now. Right to that VWAP. That anchor VWAP at 14. Still a lot of selling. like a little bit of a shift in the delta. Yes. That was the spot, guys. We nailed it again. And we caught that bounce off of IB high and upper band that popped for 20 points, 80 ticks. I already closed it, so. Cumulative delta is not exciting to the long side, guys, so I'm not expecting continuation. We might get the return to value trade at this point. We'll see. Now we do have this low volume node to contend with right here. Could be another long spot. We'll see. Starting to feel a little short. Starting to get a little more short biased here. We'll see. I'm going to wait. I just took a couple trades. I'm $300 away from my profit target. Good first day so far in these XFAs. 700 bucks across 5. So I'm just going to. Cumulative delta is not very convincing here. That's the problem. Not a lot of buyers stepping in here. At least aggressors. This is all passive buying for the most part. Supporting that bid like we saw it earlier, but can they win this? Question, can they win this? Break of this level, 800. See some more nice downside. To grind out of here. I don't know. I'll be right back, guys. I need to take a little before I take another trade that I'm going to regret. I paid $2. Okay. Back to the grind up action. Cumulative delta not confirming. Do we look for the next short? Cumulative delta is still not confirming. Yes. So that showed up nicely on the indicator here too, because that was like upper band and point of control. Didn't quite get there. It went right to point of control for the short. All right, I put up 822 times 5 so far. Try to do $1,000. So I kept saying, guys, you know, cumulative delta was not confirming this bounce. So if you were holding that long, and then I caught the short. Want to see my trades? This is everything I've taken so far in these accounts. A couple small losers, right? $120 loser there, $20 loser. A lot of nice winners too. Zane, sometimes. I've been trading NQ so much. I'm so dialed in on its price action. I traded some gold last week, some Russell. Sometimes I trade the Dow and the ES, but not based on real. I look for whoever's having the best opportunities or the cleanest price action generally. Persistence says, I usually go live for 2 hours a day from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. All right, Carlos. Hope you had a good trading day. Good. Here's the link, Tony. Sorry. My wife brought me breakfast. Okay. So what I was saying is this is the way I see it. There's a distribution built here. We're in balance, right? We're in the anchored VWAP from that capitulate that, volume candle, a big sell off. We're now trading between its bands. We've built a value area pretty much in this spot, right? From, I don't know, 830 to 800. So I can expect us to keep trading in this range until we fundamentally break out to one side or the other. If we break to the downside, I see 770 as being a bounce spot. There's a volume shelf at 760. Another low volume node at 750, let's say. And then we have VWAP. Right? So I'm not long in this until we get down to 770 at least. I'm not going to long here again either because we just longed it, but we built a value area. So I don't know. If I see buyers come in on the cumulative delta, I might go long here. So we'll see. Those are high volume candles. Dim. I don't know. We're using the 1 minute chart. Oh, because this anchored VWAP, if you're not using the indicator, puts it at the high or the low of the candle, not the middle of the candle. Yeah, it's a anchored VWAP. All right, do we try the long? Is it time? Come on, a little more. Yes. Yes. So I don't have a whole lot of time to think, right? I know when looking and waiting for a long, I start getting tick strike going off. I see cumulative delta, volume coming in. I got to buy. There's no time to sit around and look at that candle on the cumulative delta. Going long. We're at a great level. So you could call it, 15, 20 points there. I hear you, Henry. I was watching the delta. I was just waiting for the buyers to step in. Tick strikes going off. I look up at delta, huge big green. We're going, I'm buying that for a scalp for sure. Yeah, anytime there's a high or low volume event, this indicator drops it. Drops a anchored VWAP from the high or the low of that candle. It's a really cool indicator. Works really well. It's probably one of my favorites now from Zierman. That fits with our trading system. All right, we got about 10 minutes left, and it's like I just barely squeaked out a profit target day on my new XFAs. I literally paid for these on stream and activated them. All right, Tony. Have a good day. Thanks for joining us. I think I'm going to, that's a good first day in an XFA for me. I think I'm going to lock these out and call it a day. So I'll go over to my copy trader, turn off the copy trader, and then I lock it out. I lock it out. I lock it out. All of them. So I can't trade them again today. Good first day in the book. Lock it in. Hit profit target in top one. One trade and done on that one. And hit a nice profit in the live account. So good day, guys. I'm sensing anger, Chuck. Okay. I'm also just kind of joking. All right, guys. Well, I'm happy to spend the last 10 minutes here answering any questions. I always kind of like to leave off that way. If anybody has any questions, I can dive into stuff for you guys. Oh, we're pretty far. We're still 100 points away from VWAP. So, are you talking about this VWAP? This, yeah, I don't know. It's possible, yeah. It's not my favorite place to trade, but also coincidentally, it is this also low volume kind of divot. Not a terrible level to go long. Just manage your risk. Know where you want to get out, where you're wrong. So good places to drop. I have a video on that actually. If you haven't watched this video yet. On the anchored VWAPs. Give this one a watch, Dim. Yep, it's this. So this indicator by Zierman, it's called the volume climax volume. It drops a new anchored VWAP from the bottom of a high volume sell candle and the top of a high volume buy candle. It's essentially what it does. And they seem to be really good locations. Kind of gives us some nice insight into who's in control. So I found it quite useful. I've been using it quite a bit for a couple weeks now, and I really like it.
Just keep an eye on the WTI crude oil, just seeing what's upset here. No headlines see
Look at oil.
move towards the upside. As soon as we do find any Vietnamese, we'll reload the tools as soon as we can.
Oil just took off. This is called the breakout trend scalp indicator. Kind of helps you see structure. And you can kind of see reversal spots, shifts in buying and selling. Also by Zierman. And then the one below it is just a cumulative delta, but it's a smoothed out cumulative delta. So it's like Heikinashi with like a moving average. It's the best thing I found on TradingView as far as using cumulative delta on TradingView, which I'm not a huge fan of, as you guys know. No, that is not normal, JP, but it can happen. JP said gold almost trading in sync with indexes, which is not normal. I know they tend to, it can trade, it usually trades overarchingly inversely to the indexes, obviously. So it's rare when it trades together, but it can and does happen. Jane says, how can I get into my head to not flip bias too quickly? Well, I think it helps to take breaks between trades, either a winner or a loser. Maybe take a 10-minute break, set a timer. What's cool about Top Step is you can time yourself out. I can't show you on this one, but you can time yourself out for like 10 minutes so you can't take any more trades. So that, I find that to be helpful. See you, Fritz. The indicators by Zierman do cost money, yes. But they are not necessary. They're nice to haves. So, you know, if money is not a huge issue, you know, you can pick them up. If you're tight on money, don't buy them. You don't need them. They're nice to haves. They're not necessary. Same with tick strike. Nice to have, not necessary. I know everybody wants to have the same tools that I use, but, you know, also I'm making quite a bit of money, so I don't mind spending the money on the tools. If you're tight on money and you're not profitable yet, or you don't have a lot of money in the bank, keep your costs low. Jace, I love tick strike, man. I'm saying it's not necessary because you don't need it, but I love it. Don't get me wrong. It's a nice to have, and it's nice that I have it. I think it helps me a lot. I'm glad you're enjoying the course. Yeah, JP, I like that. You know, and if we break this area materially, you know, I expect us to go to, like I said, there's a low volume node here, volume shelf here. Right, so if we break out of this value area, I don't know how much lower we're going, but these seem like the obvious spots. And then we have VWAP. So there's a whole lot of places to get long if we do break. And you can, you know, start peeling off contracts as we dive into that area. And if you're not short, you can look to get long down here somewhere. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up for today. Good trading day for me. I'm going to work on some content. If you're going to continue trading, manage your risk, stay sharp. We do have the trading lounge available for premium members if you want to keep trading, and you can share your mics, you can share your screens. and you guys can collaborate with your fellow VWAP Wave traders in there. So I encourage you to do so. A lot of people really like it, and they get a lot out of the other members that are trading this system. So if you have some time, I suggest heading on over to there and keep practicing. You know, you don't always have to take live trades. You can practice the system. You can practice scalping in a practice account. Henry, thanks for the support, man. Glad that you enjoyed it and glad that you're here. All right. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Manage your risk, stay sharp, and we'll be back at it tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we have group coaching for premium members tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So mark your calendars, set an alert if you want to join that. That will be 12:30 tomorrow Eastern Standard Time for the premium members. If you want to grab a trial and join that, you're welcome to come. You can get access to everything for a week free. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I'll see you later. If you need any help in the